Okay, so now we're going to place and mark our grommets. The first thing you have to do is from the edge of your corset, you have to go towards the bias tape and mark down a 1/2 inch. So from this end of the bias, I'm gonna mark down 1/2 inch. It's gonna be my line right in the center. And then on the other end of your corset, you're gonna mark it down a 1/2 inch as well. So here's another 1/2 inch. So once you've gotten your two 1/2 inch markings from the top, you have to find the center of your panel. So I'm gonna measure, and my center is reading, my whole panel is 8 inches and 1/2 of 8 is 4. So I'm gonna mark at 4. So now I have these 3 markings. From your center marking, you want to mark up a 1/2 inch, and that's where you're going to place another grommet. And then on the other side of your halfway mark, you're going to place another 1/2 inch. So now that we have the top, the middle, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch, these are where the grommets are going to be placed. But these empty spaces here, we're gonna fill it in with more grommets. So in between this gap here, I'm gonna roughly add 2 more grommets. And the same here, I'm gonna add 2 more. So I'm gonna mark it, my pencil, just like roughly. So then now you can visually put on the other grommet so you can see what it's going to look like. So I'm gonna add my other grommet on this marking, the bottom marking. There's one off on that 1/2 inch mark and the other 1/2 inch mark. So this is what your grommets are going to look like. If you're pleased on how it looks like, then you're gonna go ahead and puncture the holes. Do this same exact thing to the other side. So now we're gonna get our awl and we're gonna puncture the holes, and you're gonna make it go through the other side of the corset. So with my markings, I'm gonna make it go through, creating that hole. And I'm gonna continue making my holes. So now we have our markings, and then we're gonna do the other side. So now that we have them punched, we're going to add the grommets. So I'm going to use a kick press machine in order to add my grommets. You're going to need a die set here in order to make the grommets. You're also going to need the grommet pieces, which first is this piece here. This is called a male piece. And then you're also going to need a flatter end piece, looks like this. And this is called a female piece. So first you're going to add the female piece onto the die on this part. There's a ridge that is indented, and on the other side it's flat. So you're going to flip it around on the indent side, and you're going to place it flat onto the die piece. Now you're going to face out the good side of the grommet piece. So that hole that you made, if you need to make it a little bit bigger, you can go ahead and get your awl and stretch it out a bit. So I had to make mine a little bit wider. So now I'm gonna push it in. And then I'm gonna get the top part of my grommet piece, the male piece, and I'm going to put it, sandwich in my corset with it like this. And now I'm going to use the kick press to close it together. And then it makes your grommet. Make sure whatever side is your good side, you put the male piece on top. So this is my good side, so I'm using my good side this way. And then go ahead and continue this method all the way throughout your whole markings that you did on both sides of the corset. Okay, so this is how your grommets will look like when they're done. This is the inside of our fabric, this is the outside, and that was the last step.